Hello and welcome to the Tick the Track podcast from myself, Sam.
And me, Alex.
We're talking mostly nonsense about our favourite music and artist. Thank you and hope you enjoy listening to today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Tick the Track podcast. This is the fourth one, I want to say, Al?
Yep, number 4.
Number 4. And I think we've been trying to think of which band to do this week. After our early ideas, we had very much set in stone. So this one, I'm sure we'll get around to most of the bands that we want to discuss, but this one was a difficult one to decide on. So without any further ado, I think we're going to be talking about, I know we're going to be talking about Kings of Leon.
I thought we were doing a different band.
Oh,
I'm only joking. Yeah.
Have you come prepped for a different band?
Yeah.
Right, brilliant. I think we was, I want to say, it's quite difficult for me to pick my favourite album of this. I don't know how difficult it was for you.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I think with Kings of Leon as well, because of the age I'm being 30, I've each album sort of been introduced, at a different point, and they've actually been a good band to watch a lot of them be released. Like I know Come Around Sundown was out when I was in college and stuff. Obviously the first 2 albums, when I was a lot younger, you're like 10, you watch the music channels. And
touching on that, I think for me, the first time I remember properly hearing about this band, I'd heard a few songs here and there, but I hadn't really paid too much attention to them, was probably when they did Glastonbury 2008, when they headlined the Pyramid Stage. That was a real sort of, I remember watching Glastonbury that year on TV, and it just looked like an amazing show, especially when they did On Call. I thought that was just, when that bass line kicks in.
Yeah, it did look cool. Would have liked to have been there.
Yeah, amazing. And then I think that was when I got tickets with my dad to go watch them the next year. Again, just an amazing band live. And I think from probably the second album onwards, you could just see the progression that they became this massive mega band that we all know now.
Yeah, definitely. And even you say second one on, I think even looking at the first, Red Morning Live, Molly's Chambers, like you've come out the gates quite strong, and then sort of just polished that. Maybe some would argue it got too polished, perhaps. Or...
Yeah, we'll probably touch on that when we discuss what albums we've picked today. I don't know what album you've picked. I'm not sure. Do you know which album I picked?
No, I don't know. I probably hazard a guess. Let's hope it's not the same one. Or if it is, it'd be quite interesting. We'll see.
We've got, how many albums of Kings of Leon got?
Oh, God.
7, 8?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Was Walls their last album?
I think, didn't we do one since? Maybe not. I don't know. I feel...
Again, this is coming unprepared.
Yeah, as per. But I feel like I dropped off. I still had some really good songs.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as keen, I don't think, on the latest
release. And I think that's probably a fair point as well, because I think, like you mentioned before, a band that you sort of almost grown up with, maybe it's got to the point where we've sort of grown out of that sound that they were getting to. Yeah,
potentially. That is probably a fair point, and I guess it happens. And maybe to say a similar band, you could argue we grew up with, like the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
I feel like the sound that, although people still love that, it just wasn't my bag, and I stopped raving.
We'll save that for the time we cover.
Episode.
Then we will do it at some point. I don't know when. I think like you say, that's right. And I think, I don't know. I did probably, like I said, if they've got like 8 albums or whatever it is, they've had some good going with the sheer number of albums that have been top quality.
Yeah, definitely. And to stay together as well.
Yeah, probably helps with the family.
Yeah, or not.
Well,
in some cases.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Kinks. Yeah,
true.
it's pretty. They're an amazing band. I'm really trying to avoid saying one of my favourites like I've done on the last 3 podcasts, just to prove a point, even though they probably are one off. So I've done it now.
50 bands in. Go on. How many bands does this guy like?
Yeah. But just to carry on from our last one, and just to mention as well with the last one, you might have heard a lot of birds chirping in the background.
Yeah, we decided to record sort of outside, which didn't really help.
Yeah, so apologies for that if you got through that one.
Unless you're a Twitcher, and then you'll love it.
yeah. So different experiments. I mean, we're sat in my lounge today, which is interesting.
Quite comfy.
Choice.
I like it.
Cozy. And I do have a dog who's been sent upstairs, so we'll see how long that lasts with no noise.
Yeah, I'm giving it 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think 10 minutes is generous, to be honest. So if you hear any barking and Alex has forgot to edit it out, apologies.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back through and edit, so what you see is what you get.
Yeah,
well,
I thought
what you hear is what you get.
Yeah, I thought he might have edited out the bird chirping, but there was probably so much of that.
Oh, yeah, it was every other word we were saying.
Yeah.
And some could argue more interesting than the podcast itself.
Well, I hope not. But going back from last week, I think now's a good time to start our new segment, which is 2 Facts, 1 Lie.
Like it.
And
Wait, have you done 2 facts, 1 lie?
Yes.
Oh, we've swapped it then.
We've swapped it, yeah. Reason being, I want you to find
The lie.
I want you to find
Okay.
the lie. So, the first one is Kings of Leon once opened for U2 on tour before they became arena headliners themselves. The band turned down an invitation to appear on Gossip Girl because they thought it would hurt their image. And the third one, their album Only by the Night was originally banned from release in the United Kingdom over copyright issues.
Oh, so I'm finding the lie.
You're finding the lie.
I think it's that Gossip Girl one.
Oh, it's not.
Is it not?
No, they did turn down Gossip Girl. Yeah.
Can I have another go at the other
Well,
one?
it's a bit easy now. It's
Oh,
50-50.
yeah.
It's like, who wants to be a millionaire? But go
Yeah,
go
but-
for it.
Let's see, because I might still get it wrong.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Could I see them opening for U2? I kind of feel like I could. But then, what was the third one?
The third one was their album Only by the Night was originally banned from release in the United Kingdom over copyright issues.
I don't know what the copyright issues would have been, but for some reason, I'm going to say that that's true.
You're wrong. You got it
Oh
wrong
my
on the
God.
50-50.
Yeah, I'm acting like they put loads of samples in it and that. I
Yeah.
panic.
I don't think you're going on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire anytime soon.
No. Oh, Mastermind subject as Kings of Leon.
Yeah. No, it was the third one that was a lie. They did open for U2.
Yeah, I don't know why I went against that, because I can see that.
Yeah, especially in
I
the
thought it was
early
more
days. Yeah.
Maybe too obvious. But
Yeah. But that third lie does bring me on to my next, which is the album that I've chose today, which is Only by the Night.
ooh, nice pick.
Yeah, and I struggled with this because I think for me, because of the times, Heartbreak, I love, and You Come Around Sundown, I love. And I even really like Mechanical Bull as well. I think it's got some great songs.
I like Mechanical Bull. Like I said before, my earlier point of they've been the Come Around Sundown, I was at college. Mechanical Bull, I was at uni. You know, so the two like fun times.
Yeah. But no, I've decided to go with Only by the Night just purely because I think, for me, as I mentioned before with Glastonbury, that was 2008. The album came out just a couple of months after that Glastonbury performance, and from vaguely remembering the set, I think they did a couple of songs. I don't think they did the 2 big hits on that album, but they did a couple, which is pretty ballsy to do at Glastonbury when you've got 3 albums and you headline in Glastonbury. But I think they fit in seamlessly, and I do think it's probably one of the top Glastonbury performances that I've seen on TV and not been at Glastonbury at for. And yeah, I think only
Sliding in how many times you've been to Glasgow. It's that little nod to that.
Yeah, little humble brag, yeah. I've not said it 4 times, but yeah, no. So, but I think that around that time's when I got into him and this album came out. Obviously, there's the mega hits that probably commercially for the hardcore fans killed them a little bit, I'd say. But I just loved that album, and I loved watching them live that following year from that album coming out. And I think it's probably got to the point where it was so overrated because everyone just loved it. Like it reached the masses. It was like a pop album almost.
Yeah, that's it. I think people moan too much, to be honest. Like crossing into the mainstream, it's like, who doesn't want to write a big hit if you have a songwriter? And like, so what if you knew them before other people?
Yeah,
you know, you've now got more people to talk to them. Like, you don't have to turn your back on them.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think for me, like I said, I know they've got them 2 massive hits on there, but I think the rest of the album's almost become underrated just because of them songs on there.
Definitely.
And yeah, like I said, we'll touch on that. Sorry, this has been a long discussion of me already, but what's your album of choice today by Kings of Leon?
I have gone for Aha, Shake, Heartbreak, and I'm fighting everything in my body to not do the Aha as Alan Partridge.
Yeah, I think I nearly did that a minute ago as well. Okay, so what made you go for that album?
I just think it's an album I return to a lot to listen to. I just think the energy on it, the rawness, you can sort of, I guess the recording literally sounds like they're just jamming together in a room, and and the power of that album and the music they're making. I think if you were to give me a quiz on what the lyrics were, I'd probably know about 2 words across the whole album. But I just think that's so great. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just straight up, you've written a great song, let's get it recorded, right on to the next one, is what it feels like, whether it was like that.
He's got a distinctive voice as well, hasn't he, Caleb?
So distinctive. I feel like his pronunciation got better as he went along, which probably helped with the mainstream aspect.
Still, though, touching on that, I mean, for a long while, I remember listening to Sex on Fire as a song, and I couldn't tell you what he actually says, Sex on Fire, for a large bit of it. I just thought it was screaming that bit. Yeah,
there's not many things I know. I just sort of guess what the song title is and where he's going to say it.
Yeah, and I remember we Knocked Up on Because of the Times. Regan was convinced that he said, she's going to have my baked beans rather than babies.
I like that.
Yeah, and now I can't listen to that song without
hearing it.
Yeah, and it has.
You've ruined it for me too.
Yeah, I thought I'd let you join in on that because, it goes through me every time because I love that song as well.
Before we break down the albums we've touched stuff, obviously we mentioned Come Round Sunday, Mechanical Bull. What would you say was the next one you were toying with putting in there?
Probably Because of the Times. I think, and you know what's crazy as well? I don't know what the tour schedule was like, but Because the Times came out in 2007, and Only by the Night came out in 2008, which, really quick. It might have been a period where they were writing in 2006, and they had like a huge load of songs, and it might have all just fit that way, but. Amazing, and I think that's a band. I think there's always like a peak bit of a band, and I think that's the songwriting's at the best, and it covers everything. And I just want to say as well, the musicianship in that band, like the bass.
Yeah.
I can't remember other than Caleb. I know the names, but I can't tell you what.
One's called Matty, but I think he's the guitarist.
Yeah, the bass playing, especially as the later albums go on, they're so distinctive. It goes from a very sort of like punk bass lines to then suddenly really intricate technical bass lines.
Cites, I think I've seen an interview, and he cites what's her name? Is it Kim Deal from the Pixies? On bass and keys, and you can really tell, like, if you listen to On Call.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of Because of the Times has them kind of bass lines.
Definitely.
I mean, who plays bass and isn't influenced by Pixies, I guess. But
No, honestly, just fantastic. I think I love how like they write some of the songs. I think you can hear that raw energy, but then there's a lot of technical aspects to the songs.
Definitely. I think they're great guitar players and stuff. I'd say out of all the podcasts we've done, actually, just talking about this and going over the back catalogue, this is probably the podcast where I know I'm going to go away and instantly listen to them.
Yeah.
And just pick I'll probably do the whole discography. If I'm saying that right, I stumble over that word.
didn't stutter.
and many other words.
I think I've already stuttered a few times now. It's fine. We're getting warmed up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and like I said, I think for me, the best thing about this band is that raw energy that they've got. And I think anyone who's watched them live, yeah, they're one of the best I've seen. Have you been to see them?
No, I've not. Rub that in again. Like, have you seen them?
I just assumed you might have done, to be honest. With you talking about growing up with them.
Yeah, you ever live next door to me?
You live in Nashville?
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw you on that film. And what a film, by the way.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. I was going to go, what a film.
Yeah. No, honestly, that film's worth a watch for anyone who's not seen it. It's brilliant. What's it called again?
I'm going to struggle. Talahina Sky or something?
Talahina Sky, that's it. Just a bit mental as well to see how they all live, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, crazy. Like, the dad was a preacher and that, wasn't he? And I just think that adds so much to the whole music. And I guess them singing in church and stuff, and on, like, Come Around Sundown, I think you get a lot of them kind of bigger songs.
That's them going back to the roots.
Yeah, and there's a lot of choir going on, and
yeah,
you know, there's actually is it Back Down South on that one?
Yes, yeah. Oh, I love Birthday on that album.
I love Birthday was always one of my favourite songs on it.
And Pyro's really good as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I love about, from a technical point, not too technical anyway, but I love a lot of the breakdowns of most of their songs.
Yeah, they're great. The proper a band playing in a room, aren't they? Like, they go for build-ups. Yeah, I can imagine it's very much, you write sort of a section, then someone else has an idea to carry that on, and you know, you put some nice breakdowns in there and stuff.
No, brilliant. So I think we should get to the songs, but before we do, we're going to do things a little bit differently this time, and I'm going to let Alex walk through the thinking of this, because this was his idea.
Man, okay, yeah. So this came about. I mean, our listeners have been dropping off, so maybe this is the reason why. hopefully we get a few back. We've gone from 5 to 4 to 3. I'm only joking. It was slightly high. You're talking 10 listeners.
Yeah, don't forget them 10.
We're big time. Yeah, so basically, the way the other podcast worked was we went through an entire track list at the album of our choosing, and then the other person did the same, and then we went back through and did a verses and a breakdown of each track and argued our case. But it just felt, I mean, even albums you love, sometimes if you've not listened to them most recently, right then you sort of go, oh, I'm not too sure. You know, you can't remember how some bits go, or you struggle to argue your case. So anyway, cut a long story short, we've decided to pick our best 5 tracks from that album, and then we'll argue for them, the case for them. And then, obviously, it alleviates the other issue we had of album lengths being different a lot of the time.
Yeah. Which surprisingly happened more than you think.
Yeah, just by one track every time.
Yeah. But then we did get lucky with a couple of bonus tracks.
We did, yeah.
We did get lucky. No, I think it's a great idea, to be honest. I think going forward it'll make it easier for a lot of the albums, because, as Alex rightly pointed out there, there's just some tracks that you just forget, or you've not listened to recently. It's hard to argue the point on that song if you've not listened to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my 5 songs.
Go for it.
Or should we do one each? Yeah, should we argue one each?
Do you want to do one each? I'm interested to see what you've picked as well, with it being the most commercial sort of album. I want to know if you picked some of them big hitters. I'm quite intrigued.
I've just picked Sex on Fire 5 times.
Yeah. Don't forget You Somebody. Which, to be fair, if I was to hear again, are great songs.
Yeah. So let's pick one each. I'll let you go first, Al. Maybe pick your... No,
are we having an art? Are we sort of doing it favourites, or what do you want to do? Do you want to just go?
I'm going to tactically, to try and win the battle, beat whatever song you do.
Yes, it's like a top trumps, isn't it? I hadn't even thought about doing it like that.
That's my plan. Yeah.
So I pick, and then you...
And then I'll counter a song with... Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right. let's go first. You know what? I'll go for, I think, my favourite song on the album first.
Ooh, that's
and
early
see. I
doors.
know, I'm being a bit risky. 'Cause then I'm hoping you get yours out the way, and then I've got that done, and then I can battle, and I win the other points.
Okay.
King of the Rodeo.
Oh, what a tune. What a tune.
Yeah, you can't beat it. Let's hear yours.
I raise you with a great, great song. Opening track, Closer.
Nice. Nicely done. So I win that point, though, don't I?
Both very strong songs. What track's King of the Rodeo on?
I think it's 2.
It's 2, yeah. Well, this is number 1.
One is famously the best.
No, right. So to argue my case, I think the intro of that sound, that like pulsating noise of Closer is just, and it's so different from not everything they've done, because I think they were starting to bring them elements into the last album because of the times.
Yeah, I think it's very much a lead on for, because of that thing you
Yeah.
said before actually was almost when you said about they did Because of the Times quickly, and then Only by the Night was literally a year after, and then you were saying they might have done it in one session. I'm going to look into that, because it's almost like Only by the Night is just a more polished version
Yeah.
of Because of the Time, so it's quite an interesting thing. I'll have to see the history there a bit.
But yeah, I just think that intro, like if you was to go and watch Kings of Leon live, I'd be wanting to go to a concert with Closer first almost every time. I think I'd probably say it's probably in the, at least high in the top 10 Kings of Leon songs.
Top 10 songs. Yeah, I'd say you're not far off. But I put King of the Rodeo.
You think it's better than Closer?
I think yeah, it's a tough one, this, because you picked a very strong album opener.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, it's
You've
a
not
tough
really
one.
argued your case, though.
I know.
What
I'm
attributes
just
are
a
King
lot
of
of dead. I'm just doing half sentences with a lot of dead up. It's been a long day. I am trying to argue, and I can see your passion for Closer.
Yeah.
King of the Rodeo to me is just right, and this is probably applied to the whole album actually. It's that next wave of guitar music, that sound coming through to me. It's that whole. It's more era defining, I would say. Around, if you look at Libertines coming out, The Strokes. I've got you there a bit.
It's a bit. No, you're just using big words to make it like emphatic behaviour around it. I'm not.
No, but it is that rawness and that sound is the sound of the early 2000s indie music sort of coming back.
Yes, but I think in terms of a polished song, what was? I don't know. I can't have Closer as being a better song.
Okay.
Right. Why don't we? Well, this is all new and a new way of doing it. We'll come back to which ones are better. At the end.
Let's go for that.
Yeah. Instead of just
We'll have
being
to
stuck.
come back to all 5.
Well, what we'll do is we'll rank like the 10 of them, and then see.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to find a way to become unstuck.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I'll go next. While obviously you had to do first, and then I could tactically put one in there. I'm gonna go with Manhattan next.
Oh, what a song!
That is a song that every time I'm in a car and it's a ridiculously sunny day, I like to chuck that song on while I'm driving.
Oh God, I'm gonna need a big hitter against that. I think you've won. Do you want an album swap? I will. I'll have to go big. And I don't think I've done it. God, so am I saying Manhattan that is better than any of the 5 tracks I've picked?
I think you might be.
Yeah. Let's go 4 Kicks.
Great song.
Great song, great music video as well. Do you know they're all fighting and they stop and there's like her pulling and that. I love some of their music videos.
I used to love Enemy TV and just like watching all these music videos.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come back to the order, but I think Manhattan's won that one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
Go on, I'll let you do your third song.
Okay. Let's go Taper Jean Girl.
Oh, great song. I think this to me is what that one and Four Kicks probably the two songs that I think of this album the most.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, brilliant song. I've gone with Be Somebody.
Nice, good pick. I'm confident on that one.
Yeah, we'll go back to it, but I think I'm going to give you that one. I think so. I didn't want to waste one of my other songs. So. It's my turn to go next.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, I've gone with I Want You.
Oh God, what a tune! I'm gonna have to pull out a big gun for that as well. Gonna have to go with the bucket. I'm gonna have to go with Kings of Leon classic.
Oh, the bucket.
Just as a special place in my heart, the bucket.
You didn't go that big on your second song, really, did you?
No.
If the bucket's there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably that's probably a defining tune by that band.
Because even though you've got Sex on Fire and You Somebody, if somebody says Kings of Leon to me, I imagine the bucket starts playing in my head.
Yeah. No, that's a great shout. And it's my turn though.
Yeah, your turn.
Oh no, I went with that.
Oh
one.
yeah. Sorry.
Messing up our own order.
Slow Night So Long, album opener.
And that's your last.
That's my final.
My next one is gonna be, and I was stuck on what my next one was gonna be because I didn't want to do the most popular one. But I've gone for it. Well, it's probably the second most popular, but I've gone for You Somebody. And I think as much as popular as it was, and as much as somebody probably did a cover of it on the X Factor that ruined any credibility that it might have felt like it had at the time. I think it was probably on Glee as well around that point.
Didn't ruin the bank balances, did it?
No, it definitely didn't. I think it's a brilliant song, and I think it's something that if you just heard and didn't know anything about Kings of Leon, you'd just think it's a brilliant written song.
Yeah, it is. It's memorable. It's a perfect pop tune, really, isn't it? There is a reason why that one definitely hit the mainstream, and like you say, it was on Glee. People on X Factor did it. You know, you put in that in the category of like, look at the other songs people are singing on X Factor by some major mainstream artists, and now Kings of Leon are in them talks.
Yeah, and as we've talked about, obviously, Caleb Farrell having such a brilliant voice, you wouldn't think a voice like that could be so mainstream, really, would you? But
yeah, definitely. You couldn't. And like I say, I think he did sort of polish it a bit more as he went along, maybe.
Yeah.
Although some lyrics in that I probably still wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd name them all now. Or sing it, which I don't think anyone wants. But I was debating to have Notion on this as well.
Notion's
It was
great
You Somebody
song,
or
isn't it?
Notion, but
I'm happy you have put one of the big hitters in there.
I think it needed to.
Yeah, you don't want to cut off your nose, spite your face, do you? With
no,
this?
and I don't want to be that person who's like, I can't stand Wonderwall by Oasis.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
you
like
can.
that.
You've got to give credit where it's due, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I like that you've done that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean,
know what you're like as well, Mr. Glassdale.
But like I couldn't, and it wasn't me just being derogatory to not having Sex on Fire here. It's a good song, but maybe it's all the weddings I've been to and stuff like that. That one is a bit too overplayed for me. You Somebody's kind of disappeared a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah, it did, and I'd probably still put You Somebody on now.
Yeah, I would. I don't think I could listen to Sex on Fire just because I don't think you can go on a night out and not maybe hear it, depending on what bars you go to.
Yeah, it is everywhere.
If you go to a karaoke bar and you
It's
spend all
somebody
night there,
singing
it's
it.
going on at least twice, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that way of doing this album was pretty good. It's probably cut the minutes on the podcast by about 25.
Yeah,
which might be a good thing.
Which, blessing.
But we'll talk about some other stuff as well. We'll now let's have a rank then what we're saying. So first of all, we went with Closer and King of the Rodeo.
King of the Rodeo.
Are you not giving up on King of the Rodeo?
I just think it's just so. It's like how we talk about. It's like indie catchy, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like it's alternative. I mean, yeah, I'm literally just describing what it is, but I'm trying to articulate.
What does he say? Does he say "Good times will roll on"?
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, good time to roll on. Yeah.
Good time to roll. What is the lyrics?
Good. I think it's good times to roll on.
Right. Yeah.
But I used to think it was who talked to Rolo.
Oh right. What does that mean now?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to that one in a little
We
bit.
can't keep going. We're going to be say it's meant to be shorter. We keep going back to this duel.
I just don't think I can give up Closer, if I'm being honest. And if I'm being real, I think I might have argued the case a little bit better. You've added some more
yeah,
points
you
now.
probably have. I mean, I just described a genre, didn't I?
Yeah, you've just kind of chuck a bit of
I'm just a bit disappointed that I'm going to give up on King of the Rodeo.
Yeah, but
Which excites you more? Oh, it's close, isn't it?
yeah, it's awesome. It's just so good.
Wish I'd pick your album now.
I am intrigued though. What made you not pick Only by the Night or even Because of the Times, for instance?
I don't know.
You forgot about Because of the Times, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually, a little bit. And I don't know how. When you've listed most of that track list, I don't know how I forgot about that. I'm trying to think why didn't I pick them when I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons. Like if I want to just put an album on, chill, not really think about it, or that's got energy, upbeat, songs are short, straight to the point, has that early 2000s grittiness, that guitar tone, reminds me of other bands at that time, and that it was an exciting time in music. I think that's why I picked this.
Okay. Good answer.
And the album position, thinking, this is a second album, you're really seeing the potential now.
Yeah. But a big honourable mention to Because of the Times, because, I mean, if I was going to do 5 songs off that, you've got Knocked Up, you've got Charmer, you've got On Call, you've got Fans, which is
God, you'd have won every round.
Yeah. So, I mean, just going off that alone, I think that's just, maybe an album that might have been picked. But it just shows how good they are as a band. And we mentioned Come Around Sundown as well with the songs that are on that album. Brilliant.
We'll apologise for Sam's cough as well. We're not cutting that out.
Yes. Are we not?
No.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Thanks.
He's also been drinking a fizzy drink, so his acid reflux will be playing up. So if you're hearing little burps and stuff, blame him for all that. And they're all staying as well.
I'm going to really blame the editor for being lazy, if I'm being honest.
We knew that going into it.
Because I know he's going to the Lakes this weekend and release on Sunday, so he's going to rush the hell out of this tomorrow.
100%. I'll do it anyway. He'll be doing nothing.
Yeah, how was last Sunday getting the last one on?
It was alright. What probably didn't help is every 10 minutes you go in, just seeing how you're getting on with the podcast.
Well, you signed up to be editor.
Yeah, true. I feel like I got volunteered to be the editor, but
right, we're kind of avoiding the subject of picking our songs.
Yeah, and I'll give you Closer.
Okay, have you just settled that because you can't be bothered anymore?
I'm just sort of playing a bit of both. I'm playing it in my head, and I will. Yeah, I kind of do agree. I think the main reason I argued is because I'm sad giving up on King of the Rodeo.
You're sad, yeah.
More, yeah.
Well, there's no feelings on this podcast, so just cutthroat.
Just cutthroat.
Right, so what was the second song you picked again? Remind me.
Did I go 4 kicks now?
I think you did, and I went for Manhattan.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because I said I needed a big hitter.
Yeah. And I think we agreed at the time that Manhattan won.
Yeah, I think there wasn't much competition. No, wait, no, that's really harsh. Said there wasn't much competition.
Just slagging Kings of Leon
yeah,
now, isn't you?
That's really bad.
Better not see you around Nashville at any point soon.
I know. What stumped me there is, for some reason, when I was picking my album, the track list
of because of the times and Only by the Night went out my head, and I think Only by the Night I did just associate as it having like used somebody on Sex on Fire on a million times, and I forgot how much I love Manhattan. So I will give you that.
Yeah.
As I think that's definitely top 5 Kingsley and songs for me actually.
Brilliant tune. And third song, I think that was a big hitter for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, did I go Taper Jean Girl here?
Oh, I think you might have done Taper Jean Girl last.
Did I? I thought I did Slow Night So Long last.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did, because you didn't really say much about it. You just went, and we brushed off.
Oh, deader.
Yeah, I love it. We really need to start writing down what's against each other.
Yeah. I did try to keep notes. Well, I kept notes of my order. It was kind of your job to keep notes of your order.
Yeah, you sprung this whole top trump battle thing on me.
Sorry, apologies. Well, I know I went for Be Somebody, didn't I, next?
Yes, you did. So let's say I did go Taper Jean Girl. Can't bother to find out whether I did or didn't. I think Taper Jean Girl's better.
Yeah, I might give you that one. Yeah, although I do love Be Somebody, I'll let you have that one.
Thank you. We're really good in how we should start become music journals. I like this because it's good.
I think we've given enough context. I think.
To some of them we do.
I mean, it's very hard unless someone wants us to sing the songs or play
or
the songs.
Get instruments out.
Yeah, which we could do if people wanted.
Yeah.
Badly, but could do.
Badly, yeah.
Okay, so we decided that you won that one there.
Yeah, so we're 2-1 to you.
2-1. It's half time.
Half time.
And we've got the next song, which I went with I Want You.
Oh, God.
Which I love the cowbell in.
One of me other. Yeah, so did I put the bucket up against this one?
Yeah, which I think it's 2-2 if we're being honest.
Yeah. I'm almost talking myself out of my own. No, the
right, okay.
The bucket. Which one? Erasing all history of the band, and I listened to both songs for the first time again. Which one am I preferring? The bucket.
Yeah, and I think the bucket's probably that is one of the defining songs of what you'd imagine the Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
It's just a massive song.
2-2.
2-2, so it's time for the winner, isn't it?
Time for the winner. Also comes down to a song you didn't really have a lot of comments on when I mentioned it.
I think you're supposed to provide the comments for your song.
Yeah, maybe.
Go on, what did you say about this next song?
Slow Night So Long, album opener, good.
Well, is there anything you want to add to your
Start.
case now with it?
No, somebody's going to demolish it, isn't it? Let's just, as much as I'm all for arguing, you can't always just fight a losing battle and be stubborn.
We've still got some time on this podcast to do, so do you want to...
Do I want to fluff it up?
Fluff it up.
Yeah, let's play a game where we try and complete the sentence of his lyrics. That would take up quite a bit of time.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
No, but that would have been a fun game. Complete
Maybe
the
we'll
sentence.
do that for next one.
Yeah, complete the sentence.
Okay, so we're saying you somebody won that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad I included it. Would it have won against Notion out of curiosity?
Oh. No, I think Notion would have won again.
Well, nah. Even my backup won then, didn't
Yeah.
it?
What backup did I put? Which is a bonus track, actually. So, I had Where Nobody Knows as sort of my honourable mention, which album closer, which is great because I do like albums where you're including, I mean, Almost Best, I'll put it as 6, but whatever. But where it started strong and ends strong, I think that's great for this album. What's the last track on Only by the Night?
The last track on Only by the Night is
Well, Sam's fine.
Cold Desert.
Cold Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah. Take it off.
Yeah.
Milk, I also put as another honourable mention.
Do you know, ironically, and I know we picked these 5 best songs, which I think, I think it's worked well. I like it. I think
Yeah, I
it's
think it's
definitely the
great.
way we're going to be doing it. So good shout, Alex. But ironically, it would have been interesting to put both these full albums up against each other
It
because
would have actually.
we just coincidentally sort of picked the opening song and you know what I mean.
and I think it's probably reminded me actually that the reason I picked this album, I feel like I had to justify it, is although I picked these are the best songs. I've picked what are the 3 singles off it: King of the Rodeo, 4 Kicks, The Bucket. I've picked all the big hitters, but when I'm just looking at the other songs on this album, the album tracks, I think I prefer it. The ones like I slept on, like you mentioned, Cold Desert. There, like I won't really go back and listen to that. So that sort of weakens Only by the Night for me.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like maybe the standard of the album you picked is better when it's great. I feel like consistency on mine wins out.
Okay. Nice. Well, so basically you're saying you might have lost this top 5.
I've lost the battle and not the war.
Yeah. No. But I think as well, like I said, I mean, it's mental, and there'll be lots of Kings of Leon fans who probably think Because of the Times is their best album, or maybe even Come Around Sundown, for instance. It's mental that neither of us picked that.
I know, it is crazy. I mean, I'm definitely going away from this and listening to all of them.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back. We should do this one again in a few months' time. And
Or
see
maybe
what
one
we
of
pick.
these great Kings of Leon albums will go against another album that we'll do if we do that in
Potentially,
2008.
that'd be quite good.
Yeah.
Could keep doing it to knockout, couldn't we? And keep an album on the board.
Ooh,
And
very good
see,
shout.
discussing that.
Well,
So you get an exclusive here, the stuff that goes on when the mics are switched off, we do online.
Well, just as a bit of improv now, how would you rank Kings of Leon's Discovery against Fleetwood Mac from last podcast?
Oh God! Well, given that I've just flipped albums to Loving Only by the Night, well, this is the only thing with this, like, genre, I think comes into it a lot.
It does, yeah.
It's hard.
But if someone put you on the spot and said you're on
Yeah,
Desert
Island Discs. Which one?
you can have the whole of Kings of Leon's back catalogue, or you can have the whole of Fleetwood Mac's.
Oh man, this is hard because Fleetwood Mac have higher highs but lower lows.
Yeah.
Okay, Kings of Leon, I think for consistency, but I'm not saying I probably.
Breaking news: Alex prefers Kings of Leon to Fleetwood Mac.
I'd say Rumours is still above anything Kings of Leon have done, but their other albums to me aren't as strong.
Nice.
I'm sorry, people out there.
So if we're doing a leaderboard of all the albums we've discussed so far on our 4th show now, what album or artist are we putting number 1 so far? The ones we discussed.
Stone Roses. You knew I was going to say
yeah.
that.
I don't think we'll do that segment again because he's just going to say Stone Roses
For
every week.
everything. Yeah, it's going to.
It was a nice idea, but maybe we'll just have to do a Beatles one just to see if he goes above. Or maybe a Rolling Stones, mate.
Yeah, Rolling Stones be a good one. They're hit and miss, aren't they?
Yeah, and maybe we'll do a Rolling Stones versus the Beatles.
Yeah, I think we both know who's won that.
I thought you might have been Rolling Stones in a weird way. Well, you used to love them, didn't you?
Yeah, I did when you were edgy and cool. Like I'm trying to be. I'm not saying I ever was. Never succeeded.
Do you have any facts about the album that you brought today? Anything you wanted to, not to put you on the spot?
Do I have any facts? God, you love trying to create some data, you. Released in November 2004.
Brilliant.
On RCA.
Okay, well, I've got a few facts that I'll share with Only by the Night. So, You Somebody won Record of the Year at the Grammy Awards.
Nice, I can see that.
Which is pretty big. You might have thought Sex on Fire, but I guess the...
Yeah, I'd probably say, especially if it's used in Glee and stuff, I guess it
Yeah.
had a bigger
Yeah.
audience.
And apparently, even though the album exploded in places like the UK and Australia, the band were initially surprised by how huge it became internationally. Which I do remember them famously when they got to, because I think they did every festival that like 2009 and year. Did the crowd boo because Caleb said, "Are you as bored of this as we are?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think, didn't the hate get in that big?
I think they didn't deal with touring and doing all
and
that
the
album
fa-
so
yeah,
well.
and
'Cause
the additional fare.
yeah, because I think that's when like Caleb. I keep saying Caleb like I'm best friends with him.
yeah. Okay.
Caleb. I think that's around the time we started suffering with alcoholism and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Were big boozers, weren't they?
Yeah, some more dead air there, but we'll just swiftly move on. The title, Only by the Night, came from a phrase the band used privately to describe things that only happened after dark while touring.
Oh, I like that.
It's cool,
That's
that,
a cool
innit?
album title, actually.
Do you see how I came slightly prepared and brought
yeah,
some facts?
you have done quite a bit more prep work than me.
Yeah. So you got nothing with your album?
No, I gave you it released November 1st, 2004.
Can you tell me how long the album is?
39 minutes as a guess. But it's going to be about... It's going to be...
Was that just a
guarantee.
was that just a
That
guess?
was a guess. Let me check. Because I guarantee I'm not far off 35 minutes.
I think it's quite a bit over when we're talking minutes in an
Oh,
album.
right.
we're,
Yeah.
we're literally
Read like
talking
a-
minutes.
Read like
We're not
a
talking hours, are we?
All right, Christ, 4 minutes out.
Well, I can tell you only by the night. Oh, do you want to guess?
Yeah, let's go. 42 minutes, 1 second.
I think this is the closest you've been, not with your 42 minutes and 55 seconds.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad, that. But notice how you were close with my album
Yeah.
with your own pick.
This is a new segment, actually. I like this. I'm more excited now.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he's got off his chair for people who can't see. I think that's us done today.
I
What
think
are you
that's,
saying?
yeah, I think we've covered everything.
That was a nice show. I liked
I
that.
enjoyed it.
Brill. We'll see you next week.
See you later.